Hello, hello, hello. Let's see, are we up and running? We will check all of our things. All right. That's my notification that we're live. Let's see. We are. So, hello, everybody. It's Nicki with Tiny Doors WPB with Art O'Clock. And tonight's a little bit slow. I'm just so tired. If you tuned into my Instagram live or saw it on the recap, I've been very, very busy today. So I am trying to see what's going on over here. Finally, my system put some stuff back on screen, which is great. And my volume's working because I can see it moving over there on the equalizer. The equalizer. I'm dating myself, I think, a little. So, hello. It is day 6, episode 6, January 6th of 2026. That's kind of fun to say. So hopefully you guys can hear me and we're all good to go. And yeah, I should see. My sister was like, "Hey, I didn't catch her live." Well, if you check right now on YouTube, I'm live. Let me tell her. She was wanting to watch live earlier. Let me send her a message. I'll just say, "Hey, I'm live on YouTube right now." I just sent them that. How easy is that, right? So, I'm going to talk a little bit about goals today, tonight. Let's move this a little closer. Hopefully, I just didn't mess up my mic. Okay, we're good. Um, we'll talk about goals. I do a lot of things to try to achieve my goals. Set all types of different things for myself to I'm assuming here um to be successful, to achieve what I want to achieve every week, um or every day. I do different things all the time, so I'm always trying to hello there. All right, hopefully this chat is the live chat and you guys are seeing what I'm seeing. Finally, my system is really doing what it's supposed to be doing. For a change. Maybe it just needed me to take it out. Did y'all hear that? That's my Duolingo. Yeah. You can't hear me very well. Should I talk into the mic here? Ah, look at that. Adjust the volume. Okay, let me try that for you guys. Well, let me go to the other screen over here. So, I don't know. Is this better? Testing 1, 2, 1, 2. Test, test, test. Yes. Extra booty there. She has the flu. 102 point whatever fever. It's not cool. So, yes, is this volume better? Those of you who are watching me live, let me know. All right. Okay. Well, let's talk. Okay. So, if you are new here, welcome. Please consider giving that little subscribe button a little bit of a and don't forget to ring the bell because that's how you'll know when I am live and get notifications that I'm live. Um, so this channel is really turning into, it's everly evolving. It is called Art O'Clock is what my live vlog is. I talk about art things, business things, all kinds of things that are relative to running my business. And I am a full-time artist in South Florida. And yeah, so that's what I do on here. I do a little bit of everything. I've been talking about planning because, it's the new year and planning is, in my world, it's pretty essential because I do have a lot of different contracts and a lot of different types of work that I do. So me planning is a big thing, and me setting goals is a big thing, and of course, me saving and budgeting is a big thing as well. So I am always planning something, whether it is my goals, whether it's my budget, whether it's my schedule, whether it is um, anything. So I plan everything. And I think that it's pretty important, especially if you are a creative or you're an entrepreneur or you are um, just someone looking into possibly doing some of those things in the future. Kind of trying to set a little bit of that in my channel. So today, budgeting, setting my goals. I have a lot of goals. And I don't share all of that on here, but I do eventually want to do more traveling and I eventually want to get another car. So this little graphic's kind of a fun graphic. Um, I need to go visit a castle a little more often. If you didn't know, I do love Disney. So I call that my castle that I go to every once in a while. Have I made a vision board for this year? Not necessarily a vision board. I have for my kitchen. Well, let me see if I can share some of that. I'm gonna pull another screen over here to this this monitor. This is what will be my goals and my vision board. So I am working on that. Um, Yeah, yeah. So you got a new car. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, you have to set goals. And my car is pretty old, but I don't want to tell it that in person. So it doesn't know that it's old. It just thinks that it goes to see our mechanic because, it needs to go visit the mechanic. So, in fact, it needs to go and visit the mechanic now. Before we left on our trip, he told us, by the way, you might want to let me look at the transmission. But we still proceeded to have a very long travel time over the holidays. You know. So, yes, I'd like to get a new car one day. I don't know when it's going to be, but one day. So I did start kind of a vision board as Mindy's talking about here. Um, the vision board. This is a template. This is a program that I use called Milanote. We've been talking about that for the past couple days. Um, I did kind of a vision board, I guess you could say, for my kitchen renovation. So this is kind of a vision board for that. A vision board, you can use it for all different things. I do have an actual physical vision board that I cut with scissors, like not cut and paste on the computer, but with real scissors and a real paste, not paste, but glue stick. Um, I do miss the smell of paste, Elmer's paste. Do y'all remember those little jars? Had a little brush attached to the lid. It, it had such a distinct smell. I'm gonna go and try to find some of that just so I can sniff glue. No, I won't sniff glue. I'm just joking. I don't sniff glue. But it always had a distinct smell. I'm just having a little flashback of that. But yeah, I do have a physical vision board that I did a couple years ago, and actually a lot of the things on that vision board, I should go get it, but it's on the wall way over there by my bulletin board. So pass by it every day. Do I look at it every day? Not always, because I'm just like going up and down the stairs, up and down the stairs, but it's right there in the stairwell. So I do pass it every day. Um, but yeah, you remember that glue? Is that crazy? So, yeah, so this is kind of a vision board that I had put together. This is what we're working on in our house currently. Um, we do have a hammered copper sink, so check, I got that. The walls are painted bakery box color. Can you believe that color name is bakery box? It's so funny. The bottom of our cabinets are being painted shipyard, and the tops of our cabinets are being painted ultra pure white. Um, which I don't know. I gotta undo that. I just dropped the color card in the wrong spot. But this is basically our vision board of the kitchen. And I just pulled out the colors that we were using. I pulled in some images off of Pinterest, and so this is it. So currently, an update on that. Um, the kitchen cabinet doors, the upper doors are all going to be painted white, and the bottoms are going to be painted this shipyard blue. Um, am I 100? I did it again. Am I 100% happy with the shipyard blue color? No, but we already bought a gallon of that paint. And if you've bought paint recently, you would know that a gallon of paint is like, it's nearly the same cost as a tank of gas. Can you believe that? Paint is so expensive. So let me see here. Let me catch up on the chat here. Um, oh, you got a foam board. You're using the good old foam board. Excellent. Um, oh yeah. So yeah, if you have scrapbooking stuff, um, that's a perfect way to use up those supplies and do that. I have a lot of magazines, um, and I use those. I did go to a vision board class that my friend Trina did. I think it was actually maybe 2 years ago. And I went there with my sister-in-law from the Netherlands, and we went to the vision board class, and it was really cool. So I actually did that vision board. It is the one I'm talking about on the wall. It has a front and a back, and it has one side is a vision of my businesses and the future of what I wanted my businesses to be at that time. And then I flipped it over and made a personal vision board for our house renovations, garden renovations, for things that I made a his and her side where it actually says he said, she said on the vision board. So it has like the goals that Freddie has been talking about doing and the goals that I've been talking about doing. And um, so that's how I made the last physical vision board that I made. Um, But now I'm really been just using Milanote and Pinterest. Pinterest is really great for that kind of thing, making a board of your ideas or all that. And I don't do too much on Pinterest, but I do every once in a while go on here on my phone. It says I have 666,000, no, 666 notifications. I don't know. That's kind of a crazy number, right? Ooh, should I touch that? It says, actually, I haven't even opened this for this year, and it says Manifest 2026 with a vision board. I am not kidding. I can't make this up. Look at this. It actually says that. Oh, well, then is it a sign? I think it is. So, well, I'll just go ahead and start one. Let me let me create one on my Pinterest and maybe I'll share it on something. Maybe I'll share it. So, all right. It has it has been added to my boards on Pinterest. So there we go. Step one, I made a Pinterest vision board to pin stuff on. All right. So anyway, just setting your goals. Um, this is something I'm going to work on this week on top of everything else. I have so many things um, I have to finish getting ready for setting up my planner. We've talked about that this week as well. Um, and all that's part of vision boarding. That's all part of planning and all part of setting your goals and reaching them too. Tons of stuff. Oh, you have a vision board on there. Okay. For several years. How's that working out? Yeah. See, I think that if you have a vision board, you should see it often. I go on Milanote every day. So, that's one thing that I know I will see that on here. And so that's why I'm kind of choosing to do my vision board on Milanote this year. So we'll do that. Um, okay, so yeah, but this is kind of a vision board of goals. This is a template I put on here, and yeah, so last year the BMW was on, and you got it in June. So halfway through the year, you accomplished one of your goals of getting a new car. So that's cool. That's very cool. Um, so that's awesome. And I think that once you see things and you say, okay, I'm gonna make that, I think that gives you more accountability too. So when you are setting the goals and you're looking at it and you're going, oh yeah, I did that. Yes, I did that. Yes, I did that. Checking a list off. I mean, I do that, like I said, every day. Like on here, I need to do my taxes and get ready for taxes. So that's my next thing on my list. So you guys can't really see that right here. Right here. I made it bigger. So these are all things that I've already done. Um, and QuickBooks 2025. Yay. So I do have, that's the first thing that's on my page in Milanote, in my planner, in my goals, a checklist for sure. So in that vision board, maybe you should have like a little sheet of paper um, that, has a list. Because I think that checking a list off is, I don't know, it just feels good. if you can check off something. I actually have another check off list over here, a physical one that I made, and I did check off a couple of those things this past week. So that was fun. Um, yeah, QuickBooks is really good. I do QuickBooks on a desktop version, and I'm also the treasurer on a board of directors, and I use QuickBooks on the online version for there. I do set up QuickBooks for people. I set up a doctor's office with QuickBooks. I don't know when it was, but that's something else. It's like a service that I do that I don't really talk about that much, but I do help people set up QuickBooks. I have been using QuickBooks for, it's hard to believe, but I've been using QuickBooks for 22 years. What? How is that even possible? It is. I can't believe it. I just looked and just thought about that. And oh my gosh, I have been doing QuickBooks for 22 years. Wow. They've made a lot of money on me. For 22 years, I've had a QuickBooks program. That's a lot of money. Wow, maybe I should count that up and see how much I've paid in QuickBooks uh, over the past 22 years. That's a really fun. I don't think I have the records all the way back that far, but yeah, it's yeah, definitely making a list is so important. Like I said, I do a list for everything. So, but anyway, I just wanted to come on here and talk about goals, talk about planning those goals, setting up your budget for those goals. I set up specific budgets because when I am doing art classes, sometimes my clients include um, a budget is included for supplies, but sometimes it's not, and I have to furnish all those supplies. But I do also, if they're furnishing the budget for supplies for a class, I do have to come up with all those supplies. And that is actually on this page here in my Milanote. Let me go back in here. So this list here, this is a list of supplies for one of my classes. So I send this to the client and tell them that we'll need these types of products. These are the actual products that I needed for the class. And then they have a lot of supplies in their stock room. So I also send them a list of things you have already in your studio that I know that you have. So, or if they don't have it, I'll put, if you don't have these, I have them because I pretty much have everything. And I believe that when you're setting up your list, when you're setting up your budget, when you're setting your goals, it just makes everything a lot easier. Did you just call me old? Oh, yeah, I am getting old. I'm feeling it because I've been painting an art studio for the nonprofit I'm on the board of for the past 2 days. So I not all day, but enough. So anyway, this is how I set my goals. This is what I do. I will be using, like I said, Milanote to set my goals and my vision board this year. And yeah. So if you are interested in more of that, if you're interested in how I do my budget and my savings and cash stuffing, that is a product that I have. I don't put it out there that often, but it is I don't think I have it here because I did have it at my last show. Do I have any of that here? No, it's all in the box that was at the vendor market. Um, but I do a cash stuffing system. Basically, any extra money that we have, I put aside to help me reach those goals. So if you are trying to plan to save money for a car, you know, put your extra money in a little envelope. Start doing it. Make it a little challenge. You can make like 100 envelope challenge where you have 100 little tiny envelopes and you can just go buy envelopes off the shelf, or I actually make custom ones as well. But if you take those and you number those envelopes 1 through 100, and you just stuff in the corresponding amount of money per card, per envelope, over time, after you finish up 100 envelopes, that's money. It's just a lot of money. And you can do that. It's an easy way to save. I like to play games with it because who doesn't like to pretend you're kind of gambling with your own money and you say, hey, okay, I have X amount of money and I'm going to roll the dice and I'm going to see literally what number comes up on the dice, and that's the amount of money I'm going to put in this envelope to save for this goal. And you can do things like that. And I'm going to actually start doing that a little bit more. Um, I'm not sure if it's going to be on this channel here or if it's going to go to a different channel, but it's something that I started doing this type of savings to be basically debt free. And I am pretty much almost debt free. Almost. Almost. I have a little bit of bills because we had to buy an air conditioner. So, the goal is to not have any bills, and I didn't have any bills for a little while, and now I have an air conditioning bill. So, um, yeah, so I have to save and work a little extra to get that paid off as soon as possible. So yeah, I have a new goal. My new budget goal is to pay off my new AC unit. So, but I have to say it's a great AC unit, and we are very happy with everything so far that we've had it. We even turned the heater on because it was cold. But anyway, I want to thank you guys for staying with me all the way to the end of this video. If you tuned in live and saw this live broadcast, thank you so much. Be sure to hit the like button. And also, if you're not subscribed to this YouTube channel, go ahead and just give that subscribe button a little boop. And don't forget to ring the bell to get notifications of when I come on live. I will try to have a set schedule, but right now it's when I have time. But I do go live right here on YouTube every day in 2026. So, anyway, thanks so much, guys. And I'm so happy Mindy told me that I'm old. That's so funny. Well, I am older than her by 14 months. I'm just gonna say, you're old too. All right, everybody, thank you so much. We will see you guys tomorrow. I'll probably be on here earlier than I have been for the past 2 days. All right, see